Piper Blush, and
this is Lilith.
Ooh, we are here on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and a lot more platforms to broadcast live with you, for you. Brought to you by WTPRadio.com. If you want to actually listen to us, only listen because you need to keep your eyes on the road or you are working on this day, don't worry, just go to WTPRadio.com and then click on our live radio player, which airs out like 24/7, right, Lilith?
Yes, and we are sometimes on the radio, and we have radio shows. Like, we have Piper's AI News at 12 p.m. noon PST, and then there's Piper's Poolside Barbecue for rock music and fun facts at 2 p.m. PST. Then I have my song request hour, of course, at 3 p.m. and my reading at 4 p.m. PST. After that is Love, Lust, and the Devil.
Oh, yeah. Now, thank you all for tuning in. There are many ways that you can support us. The best way to do so is going on YouTube at the Piper Blush Radio Show and giving us a super thanks or a super chat while you are watching us live, because this show is broadcasted live every weekday morning at 8 a.m. Pacific time. We already have some people here, Lilith.
Yes, we have Sissa, Dave, and Carl, at least in the live radio section on Discord. But thank you to those of you who are also listening from the browser.
Yeah, on YouTube we have Jerry Howell, who says, hello from Bell River, Ontario. Ooh, ever been to Ontario, Lilith?
I have been to Ontario. I went to I went to Ottawa for a week. Once saw the Parliament.
Oh, great, like political travels.
Political travels, definitely, yes.
That's amazing.
Right, I haven't spent that much time in Toronto, though.
I hear it's a nice city, very busy. Yeah, I've been there for like 1 day, so that doesn't count.
Oh.
As like being there.
That makes sense.
So, well, Jerry is there from Ontario. Carl is here as well. Of course, he's on the Discord server too. Yeah, Carl. Cesar, and then Anime Spot Barbados. Good morning, have a good day. Hi from Barbados. Yeah, okay, so he's from Barbados. It says it is his username.
That's convenient.
That's really convenient. Okay, everybody, while listening and watching, make sure you share this video with everybody you know. You can simply share it on your social media. Super easy. Just click that share, that retweet, whatever it is, so that we can start talking about morning news that we found interesting this morning. Now, of course, this is totally biased. We're not a news channel, people. We are Lilith and Piper on Good Morning Humans.
That's right.
So what have you discovered this morning, Lily?
There's a lot of things this morning. There's still a lot of talk about the debt ceiling breach in America. So what that is that the U.S. has a debt ceiling. And if they don't move it, they're going to breach it on like early June.
So they need to like have a bigger debt ceiling. So they want to keep on making debts, right?
Yes, they're currently deciding on whether to make it higher, like they've done that before.
Oh, so instead of paying it off, you're just like, I want more credit card limit, yeah?
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
Okay, that makes sense. I mean, they're not going to pay it this year. Like, does it say how much it is? Is it like trillions of dollars?
Let's see. The debt ceiling
of the United States of America.
United States.
Hey, Biden, call us. Tell us, what's the debt ceiling? We would love to know. Super easy to call. 1-888-614-5006.
It's currently 31.4 trillion.
That's how much they owe?
Yes.
Ooh, that's a big debt.
That's like, wow, that's more than I thought.
Okay, can you say that number again?
31.4 trillion.
31. They owe more than Apple is evaluated at.
Oh, how much is Apple evaluated
I think
at?
it's like, is it 3?
3 trillion?
Yeah, or 1 trillion? Did it just like mark like the biggest ever company? You can search it up.
It's Apple evaluation.
How much is Apple worth? if you are watching this on YouTube at the Piper Blush Radio Show, then you are seeing my Apple computer, my other Apple computer, my Apple Watch, and my Apple fan face. Yeah. So how much is it, Lilith?
2.76 trillion.
Yeah.
But okay, let's see.
But that's money you make. That's not money you owe.
Divided? No, that's not it at all. So it's like that, but times 11.2.
Oh. Yeah, so Apple, you need to create more companies that help like United States of America. Maybe, I don't know, get great again, do something with the money. But every country has a debt. It's a thing.
Mm-hmm. It is a thing.
It's a thing.
It is. Oh.
No hating the table.
Oh, right. Okay.
You can do it. We just hear it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. I got it.
Lilith is kind of like a little mushy stress ball. She likes to put her hands everywhere and like moves. She's like a torpedo, but in a very small format. So sometimes if you hear hitting on the table, don't worry, it's not like a nuclear attack catastrophe. It's just Lilith fidgeting.
Yeah, I fidget a lot without realizing that I'm doing it.
Mm-hmm. No problem. Look, you have a cord here.
I have a cord. Do I fidget with the cord?
You want a jackknife? Here you go.
Okay.
Take the butterfly knife. Perfect. Butterfly knife. She's gonna be fine now. She's got everything she needs.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so you found this news about like USA debt, and they want to hire it up. I think that's economy news. We could do the economy news. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. And you want to do the weather in British Columbia?
Sure. Okay, weather in
Let's
British
do the weather.
Columbia.
Okay, we're only gonna do the weather when the weather's nice.
Yeah, they're trying to lessen the blow of the economy news. It is 17 degrees Celsius right now, but it's going to reach a high of 24 degrees Celsius at like around 2 to 5 p.m. Pacific time.
That's perfect. That's for Piper's Poolside Barbecue.
It is. It's perfectly poolside barbecue weather.
That's gonna be great. So it's gonna be hot, people. It's gonna be super hot for Piper's Poolside Barbecue. And well, if you're tuning in right here, right now, Lilith and I are gonna try, and I'm not promising anything, but we're gonna try to have High Priestess Lilith, our show tonight at 5 p.m. outside, next to the pool. To make it like different and cool. Well, hot, I guess hotter, not cooler, hotter.
Oh, while I do my High Priestess look.
Yeah.
Outside.
With the butterflies, the birds, the pool, the whole thing. You're going to be more in contact with nature. It's going to help you like channel, the energies and the stuff.
That's true. Okay, that's going to be fun.
This is going to be super fun. All right, let's get back to Good Morning Humans with Piper Blush
and Lilith.
What else do we've got on the news menu of the internet this morning?
So we have The Little Mermaid remake.
Oh, did you watch The Little Mermaid?
I watched The Little Mermaid animated movie.
Yeah, like the Disney one, right?
Yeah, wait, have you?
Yes, of course.
Of course, it's classic.
Classic. So who was your favorite character?
From The Little Mermaid?
Yeah.
Probably the Little Mermaid.
Okay.
Ariel. She's cool. I mean, like, I thought she was so cute. She's just like learning about humans, not knowing anything, and
also the curiosity of her kind of intrigued you as a child.
Yes. That's what I thought. Wait, what about you? Did you have a favorite Little Mermaid character?
Yeah, the seagull.
Oh, why the seagull?
Because it's like every bird in movies are a bit dumb in a way, and the seagull was like so intense. I don't know. I just like the seagull.
Well, the seagull wasn't. So the seagull wasn't dumb in Little Mermaid, was it?
No, but it was like seagull like behavior, but like pigeon behavior. Feels like he's like the weird character in the story, and then like the crab is more like the reason. Yeah, the reason.
Oh, he was like very stressed out.
Yeah, Sebastian always like stressed out.
Have you noticed that cartoon crabs are always stressed out?
Maybe it's because they walk on the side, So they try
kind of stressful. Yeah,
it's stressful. They don't see.
Oh wow.
Maybe, but their eyes do go like kind of like this,
so
like from side to side. So they're doing a remake of The Little Mermaid.
Yeah, they did. They did basically like a live version that that features Chloe from Chloe and Hale, or no, Haley from Chloe and Haley.
Who's Chloe and Haley?
Chloe and Haley are these these sisters who are singers.
Okay.
And I think they were signed by Beyonce.
Mm-hmm.
and they were like really, their voices are really nice.
Oh.
I mean, I guess you would have to have a pretty nice voice to play Ariel because she sings so much.
Yeah, in the movie, because it's kind of like a musical, but all Disney movies are really like singing based.
That is true.
And then biggest news about the Little Mermaid is that she was like super white and now she's not white anymore.
Oh yeah. Haley is black.
Yeah, is she like African American or
African American? I think she's half.
Okay.
But I know that was like controversial for a time because controversy on the remakes is this up because people were saying, like the original Ariel was white and why did they change it? And
but at the same time, it doesn't make sense that original Ariel was white.
She's a mermaid.
Well, it's just like the Caribbeans, like often like the islands, people are a bit darker. There are some like white natives.
Okay.
Like on Reunion Island, some people are like really white and they really come from there. But it's very like, I guess it's more rare. It's more rare. Like Ariel is like, she's like Irish. I mean, she's like red hair.
I didn't think of it that way. You're right.
I don't know what type of choices they made and why they put her like this. I mean, she's beautiful. Maybe they envision her more like a nymph kind of thing.
Yes, a nymph. Like a nymph would be more pale.
Yeah, super pale, super young, like a redhead or like blonde or something like that.
Yes.
But then you got her like in the sea, which I feel is more Caribbean. Like in Pirates of the Caribbean. So I don't know, all of these like movies.
And then she like gets washed up on an island.
Exactly.
Right? Oh, wow. This is giving me a lot to think about.
It's very controversial, of course. And as well, since I'm white, I can't say anything. But the thing is, I feel like as an adult now, it's probably a better culturally accurate choice.
It makes sense. I mean, like sunlight also goes through the water.
Yeah.
So.
And how could she have like a mutation of genetics to be like a redhead under the sea? But her father's was pretty white too. But his hair is white, so you don't know what he was before.
His father. Well, and her mother. There were sequels. I had these Ariel sequels on VHS.
What? There were sequels?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Did you know like all of the like a lot of the Disney princess movies have sequels that no one knows about?
Yeah, just like I don't know about it.
Right? But I knew about it because I had VHSs of the sequels. And the thing is, I didn't have VHS tapes of the originals.
Oh!
I just had VHS tapes of the sequels. I think that were found in garage sales or something.
Yeah, because they're not like the most popular version, so you could like get them.
Probably, right.
And plus, Ariel's sisters, aren't they like all different hair color?
Oh,
Which also doesn't make sense because maybe she doesn't have the same daddy, It's possible. I don't know what happens under the sea. Maybe it's like a whole bunch of stuff happening. He's like a god. He's like Triton god. So
I'm showing.
See, there's all different colors of hair. Now their skin is kind of the same though.
White.
Yeah, pretty like beige, white, pink.
This is interesting.
That is interesting because I mean it's an interesting choice. But Pixar and Disney, well, I think like Pixar was acquired by Disney not long ago and all that stuff. But and even like Lucasfilm, like for Star Wars, so they're trying to be a bit more inclusive, like everybody on Earth right now.
Oh, like how in the new Star Wars they have Finn, who's black.
Exactly, like the Stormtrooper.
Yeah, the Stormtrooper, and then Poe, who's like Latino, because he's played by Oscar Isaac. Everyone loves Oscar Isaac, I think.
I don't know who that is.
He's the guy that plays Poe in, I think his name is Poe.
Poe?
He was like he drove the space vehicles.
I didn't see the newer Star Wars.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why. I saw one and I was like, it's taking away too much of like the old ones. So I stopped.
Yeah, people do say that.
But it's okay. I think it's for this generation. Like, I'm not being what's the name? Like, oh no, this is not good anymore. It was better in the older days. Not that type of person. I'm not being that type of person. It's just, I don't know. I keep my memories of Star Wars like back in the day. Those ones where Yoda was made out of like a puppet. Yeah,
Wow.
not CGI.
Yeah, Yoda is super CGI now.
Just, but
Like,
it's so cute. Everybody
ancients.
freaked out on Baby Yoda.
Oh,
Would you get a Baby Yoda if it was a cat, but it was Baby Yoda?
I mean, isn't Yoda like old?
Yeah, but he was a
Old.
baby
Oh wait, but okay, hold on.
in The
Baby Yoda.
Mandalorian.
Oh,
You know, it's like Baby Yoda.
Actually,
It's like a baby.
Wait, I'm gonna search this up real quick.
Okay.
Baby Yoda.
Because seriously, between a cat and a dog, I get
Okay,
Baby Yoda.
actually, yeah, this is pretty cute. Like showing Piper again. This is
Yes,
like,
Baby Yoda. He still looks old though. But you know how they say babies look like old people?
do they?
Because they're all like fluffy and like they're all wrinkly when they get out.
Oh, actually, that's true. So you're born and you die the same.
Yeah, probably. Wrinkly.
Wrinkly, that's like the inevitable.
And pruny.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay, so would you get a Baby Yoda instead of a cat or a dog? Or would you keep the cat or the dog? Because I know you like dogs.
I would keep the dog. I think, like, I don't know. This is where me and Piper are opposite because I like dogs and Piper doesn't like animals in general. Although there was like a hummingbird recently.
Yeah, yesterday we had
Yeah.
an hummingbird problem in the studio. That's crazy. So the window was open, hummingbird got in. And then I was like, oh no, I don't like this. So Lilith and I, we went and did some female things and then came back down. But the hummingbird was still there. The hummingbird was still there.
It was like, it's like this glass window
Yeah.
at the top, and it was trying to go through the glass over and over and over
Because
again.
it's dumb, right?
Yeah, they're so dumb.
They see the sky and they try to like go there, but it's a glass window, hummingbird.
Yes.
You can't pass through. Break on through. It's not gonna happen.
No.
It's not gonna happen. So he kept on hitting the like glass window ceiling.
Yeah, must have hurt a lot.
Yeah. And then at one point, I went and got that thing. I'm gonna go get it.
Oh.
Don't go anywhere, people. Don't go anywhere. I'm coming back. So I got this. This for the pool, actually. Yeah. It's to like, clean your pool. But I was like, well, maybe I could use it as an insect type of trapping. Have you ever caught butterflies with this, Lilith?
I actually haven't.
Pretty fun. Okay, but this is not like for butterflies. This is for like heavy duty pool work. But the thing is, a hummingbird is kind of tiny, like teeny weeny. So I tried to get it in the actual net, which at first I did not succeed because I was too shy. I didn't want to hurt the hummingbird. I don't like animals, but I don't either want to like hurt them. I didn't want it to die in the studio. Like that would have been our first kill. Like, we would need like this little card that says no work accidents since.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Because this hummingbird would have been like a first death in the studio.
Would we have to report that?
I don't know. I don't think the fist is gonna mind.
Okay.
But it's gonna be fine. Maybe you can get life insurance for the hummingbird, though. Okay, so then I got this thing. As you can see, like there's a lot of pollen in the pool right now, so it's all on there. And then trapped the colibri, which is a hummingbird in French, in it, and like threw it outside. But it took a while, huh?
Yes, it took a while, but like even though Piper doesn't like animals, Piper really didn't want the hummingbird to die from its own stupidity. So that was like very kind, actually.
But I hate animals. That's a good fact about me. But I don't like zoos, or stuff like that.
Zoos?
No,
Oh,
because it's
yeah.
like animal in captivity.
Like that's why you like the jellyfish.
Better, like when they're in the ocean or stuff like that. I just don't like captive animals. I know sometimes it's to like conserve them.
Yes.
That for reproduction and to make sure that they actually survive and they can survive in the wilderness. And that I agree. I don't like watching things in cages in general. Yeah, so I hate animals, but I'm not for them being in zoos and in cages, and like I prefer to buy my eggs free range. That's what I'm saying.
Wow, that's so ethical.
Yes, but at the same time I eat them, so I don't know,
we can't be vegetarians. Like, you all know that Piper cannot be
It's impossible.
vegetarian.
I wouldn't have a show called like Piper's Poolside Barbecue.
Yes, the barbecue. You can't have like barbecued eggplants.
Carrots is not the same. Eggplants is pretty good. Pretty good, but still.
But by itself, with no meat or anything.
Not as good. Yeah, not as good. Okay. Little Mermaid. Little Mermaid is up. Well, I know some of you might watch The Little Mermaid. I mean, we got a whole bunch of people now. Chance knows, but they want to give me a credit score. Don't take the credit score, take the money, yeah? Okay. Enyo-san, hi there. Hey Enyo, happy you could join us again. I know in the morning it's your time for you, Enyo, so thank you again. Carl says those tax breaks were a great idea. Did you say? Okay, perfect. Patrick Wenzel says, hello, Piper. Somebody's laughing about my accent, but it's cool. I mean, I speak 2 languages, so I don't mind. Dev27 says, hey. And then Patrick Wenzel is sending a whole bunch of junk food. Yeah.
Junk food?
Yeah, there's like burger, fries, pizza, hot dog. It's probably because of barbecue.
Oh, like the emojis?
Yeah, the emojis.
Oh, because of poolside barbecue. Okay, that makes sense. You should send those again when Piper does poolside barbecue.
Exactly, it's gonna be even better. We have Javier who is there. Hello, Piper and Cheese Searcher. Sebastian is pretty funny. So I think Javier is more on the Sebastian side.
Oh, okay, so you're team Sebastian.
Under the sea, life more better. Greetings, Piper Blush and Lilith. That is from 8 Infinity, 8 Infinity, 8 Infinity.
Whoa. That's
Hi.
a lot of infinities.
Yeah, plus the 8 is kind of like the sign for infinity, but like on the wrong side, you know?
It's just like US debt ceiling.
Ooh, infinite.
Infinitely going up. Yep.
Javier says he's from the Caribbean. Well, yes, he is, because I mean, you're from Puerto Rico. So that's like Caribbean style.
So what's your opinion as someone from Puerto Rico on on Ariel being white, not white, etc.?
Yeah, do you feel like if she's from the Caribbean, but I don't know if we know where she's exactly from, but it would make sense that it's from the Caribbean, like a ship, and it was back in like maybe when they started discovering America, I feel.
Oh, okay.
You know, I'm not sure, but I feel like it's kind of like this time frame. People are not dressed like us. They're dressed like with
like older.
Yeah,
like 1500s.
Yeah, maybe 1500s.
Like Max Power in the chat says, Lilith, do you know if Hans Christian Andersen describes the way Little Mermaid looks? So I searched it up, and well, this is the description that is there. So her skin was soft and tender as a rose petal, and her eyes were as blue as the deep sea. So I think blue eyes would mean that she was white in the original story.
Oh.
Yes. And that's how she's drawn as well.
Oh, she's drawn like white.
Right. But
Hans, is he like a white person?
He's like German, isn't he?
Well, Germans are pretty white.
No, he's Danish.
He's
Danish.
So Danish Hans Christian Andersen. So of course he would kind of depict her as like a fantasy for himself, I guess.
Yeah, although like the original Little Mermaid was super dark.
Yeah, weren't all of them super dark?
They were all super dark.
Like all of the Grimm stories are super. I guess Grimm might come from Grimm.
Yeah,
like, you know, it's really dark. And
even like when the Little Mermaid is walking on legs, it's supposed to be very painful for her. Like it's walking on glass.
Oh yeah.
All these things, and like if she doesn't get married to the prince, she turns into sea foam.
Sea foam?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's what happens at the end. Yeah, she turns into sea foam because they don't get together, and it's terrible.
Okay, so it ends like tragically. Well, I haven't read that one. Though I have read like a lot of like other bad ones.
But like which ones?
Well, like all of the Arabic Nights.
Oh, all of them?
Yeah.
I actually haven't read those. Like,
it's really good. Like they chop people up, put them in a treasure chest. Whoa. Like really hardcore stuff.
I think the premise of it is really cool, that she keeps telling stories so that he doesn't kill her.
Exactly. And you know, this book is actually like bigger than what it really is, and it's a whole bunch of authors. It's not like one person. It was like accumulated over time and like a long span of time.
Oh, that's so nice. I didn't know that either. So it's, I mean, it makes sense because there's like a lot of stories.
Yeah, there's a lot of stories.
Mm-hmm.
Les Mille et Une Nuits. Catherine Zeta-Jones played in the movie about
she
it.
played the girl telling the stories?
Exactly, in one movie. But then there's some other mini stories. Like Aladdin is kind of based from one of them.
Oh, yeah. I had Aladdin sequels on VHS too.
What? There was sequels about everything. What was in the sequels? Did they live happily after? Did they do chores? What happened to the princesses?
Well, I think from what I remember, like there has to be conflict to be a story. So they'd get into trouble again, but it was never as high stakes as the first movies, you know, which makes sense. And
because you've been through that already, and you're like, no,
yes,
right.
But I think Jafar appears again, and as a kid, I was really scared of Jafar.
Oh, really?
He's a scary guy.
He's scary,
and he
but I mean, he has the parrot, which kind of makes him like.
That's true. That's true. Wait, who do you think was the scariest Disney villain?
The scariest Disney villain
to you?
Whew. Wow. Like, I wasn't scared of any. Okay, you know what scared me actually?
Yeah.
Like, really freaked me out? You know, like Fantasia?
Oh, yeah, I had that on VHS.
Yeah, like no talking, just like hardcore classical music.
Yes.
I was not understanding what was going on. I did not like it at all.
Did that scare you?
It was like a really bad feeling. I wouldn't like wake up in the middle of the night like dreaming of like Mickey Mouse.
No.
But I was just like, I don't like this at all.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's like I think the scariest movie.
That's okay. I think there were stories in Fantasia, right? But they were all told without dialogue.
Exactly, just like music and like pictures, and it's beautiful, but nope, it's not my thing.
Well, it makes sense, like, for, like, a kid would want a story with actual, like, talking in it. I would think.
I don't know. I know some people who, like, grew older and, like, it was really good movie for them, because that's, like, almost one of the first like, Disney movies. It's, like, a really old one. Like Snow White type of old.
Oh, yes.
But no, I think that's the one that didn't do it for me. We have Javier who says, White in the Island. Not so rare. So there are people.
Okay.
On the right. Douglas Dauntless says Poseidon. Yeah, that's like the god. That is the father of Ariel.
Poseidon?
Yeah, that word.
Oh.
He's like the god of the sea, isn't he?
Yeah, in like Greek mythology. Does that make Ariel Greek?
Oh, maybe that's why she's white.
Yeah, and also like aren't there Greeks with red hair?
I have no idea. I've never met a Greek with white hair, or with red hair, but I've never met that many Greeks either. Greeks,
yes.
Tell us. Oppa! What do you guys do?
Oppa?
Especially in Cuba, Puerto Rico, U.S. Virgin Islands, and British Virgin Islands. But are they like white descent? That would make sense because these were all colonized at one point. A bit like Canada, the United States, Mexico. It's like all the Caribbeans were sort of kind of colonized. Lilith didn't know of Baby Yoda. Yeah, no, she knew. She just forgot for a little while.
Yeah.
It was not like...
I needed to remind myself of what Baby Yoda looks like.
Yeah, she just needed a reminder. It didn't captivate her. She preferred dog faces over Baby Yoda's face.
I knew, like, in this one apartment that I rented, there was this girl who you never saw her without her 2 huge Dobermans.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, who were, like, basically, like...
Your height?
Yeah, basically my height. And, like, she would always walk around with these 2 black Dobermans.
Wow.
And I always thought that was so cool.
That's cool. Yeah, wow, that must cost a lot in dog food. Those are huge.
They are really big.
She lived in an apartment?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Like,
wow.
How do they...
Poor dogs.
Yeah. I mean, I guess she takes them out a lot.
Yeah, so. I think, yes, you need to.
But I guess, do you have to walk a Baby Yoda?
You just let him on the table. He's so small. That's going to be enough exercise for him. Like, go there, Yoda. Go there.
Okay.
See, I think that's enough exercise for him.
Sounds like easier than a dog.
I know.
Yeah.
Plus, you can just, like, make him sleep in a drawer. He's so small. I feel like Baby Yoda would not be complicated to take care of. You give him peanut butter. I mean, you let him play with the Force. It's all cool.
Play with the Force.
Yeah, because like this guy can do like the Force stuff. So maybe like you can go like this, just put your hand out, and he's gonna like make the Force come into your hand and bring you whatever you want. Like at least he can help you out with stuff.
Oh.
Like the dog does not help you out with anything. The cat neither. They just break glasses.
They do that.
Baby Yoda could like with the Force not break glasses.
I would hope so. I mean, I guess you could also break glasses with the Force on purpose.
Yeah, maybe when he's in a tantrum of Baby Yoda.
Make sure that he's well behaved.
Exactly.
Baby Yoda.
Just like a gremlin. You need to make sure he's good. Well, we have Javier who says, same name, Colibri. So I guess Colibri is like a Latin. Because then like the French and the Spanish use Colibri.
For hummingbird?
Yeah, for hummingbird.
Colibri. Why do we call it hummingbird? I mean, because it makes that sound, humming.
Maybe.
Sound.
That makes sense.
Colibri.
Colibri. Yeah, I have no idea why we call it that though. You know, there was a horrible thing about Colibri.
What?
Is that in the kind of sort of winter here in Vancouver, British Columbia, it rarely goes like freezing. So these little Colibri, they're so small that when it gets like really cold here, well, they freeze.
Oh, like
freeze.
They freeze?
They freeze.
Like statues?
Yeah.
And
then they die. And the other really like bad thing is that so Colibri have this like long peak thing, and then there's a little tongue out that sticks out.
That's how they get the pollen. From
Yeah,
the
and like the
flowers.
sweet stuff.
Yes.
The nectar. But the thing is, when it's too cold out, like it got like this winter, they stick their tongue out and then it freezes.
Oh.
And then they can't feed anymore. It's awful, huh?
Oh, that's so sad.
I know. So climate change is affecting the Colibri.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so the tongue gets frozen and then they can't do anything. Yeah, super sad. Okay, so Sherazade, yes, this is the story about the woman that needs to like tell a story every night or else she's gonna get squeak by this king who is so sad about losing like his first wife that he's just marrying over and over. Every day he's marrying again. And then he squeaks them and then he marries again. But she's clever. So she decides to like have a long story and he wants to hear the end. So he can't squeak her every night. So he just waits for the story. And then of course he falls in love with her because like the story and all that.
Yes, it never ends. It just keeps on continuing and continuing. So he can't kill her.
No, can't. Impossible. Oh, that's cute. Hi there, Javier says, in what Lilith lacks in height, she loves in size. So I guess you have more love because you're smaller.
Is that a thing?
I don't know.
Wow.
Maybe that's a Puerto Rican thing.
Well, thank you.
Or maybe that's just a Javier thing.
Well, that's a nice thing to say.
Everybody, you are listening to Good Morning Humans with Piper Blush
and Lilith on WTPRradio.com.
You can find us from Monday to Friday at 8 a.m. Pacific time for this morning show. We have more shows, so make sure you go to WTPRradio.com and you click on live schedule to check out when we're really live. And all shows are recorded, like broadcasted, actually live, before you can see them somewhere else. So you can always tune in for the live stuff. Here we have... Yes, there are Greeks with red hair.
Ah, I knew it.
Perfect. So that's the thing. Patrick
okay,
Wenzel
so she's definitely Greek.
Says, my sister's hair is blondish red. That's great.
Is your sister Greek?
Maybe she is. And then we have Benson's Speed Shop. Hey, Benson's. Good morning. Great. We got some people here. Ariel is supposed to be 14 years old. Jasmine is supposed to be 15 years old. Okay, that makes me very uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's super odd.
Thank you, Cesar.
I'm just going to ignore that. No offense.
Yeah, that's young. But again, those movies are made for children.
Yes.
So it makes sense.
Jasmine.
And Alice in Wonderland was like 6, 7
doing
years old?
LSD?
Yeah. They're taking mushrooms.
That's not good. for a
But she
6-year-old.
grows up, so maybe that's okay then. I don't know.
Well, yeah, Alice in Wonderland.
Do we have other news, Lilith?
Do we have other news?
What's going on in the world this morning? People, do you have news? Do you actually know some news? You can share it with us on YouTube at the Piper Blush Radio Show. Tell us what's going on in your neck of the woods. Do you say neck of the woods?
Yeah. I mean, I haven't heard that in a while, so I feel like people don't say it as often anymore. But it's a phrase.
It's legit. But why do you say neck?
The
neck of the wood.
Neck of the... You know what? I don't know. That's that's very strange.
Where does this come from? Okay, Douglas Dauntless says she was in Sinbad too.
Wait, who was in Sinbad?
Sherazade. Oh, well, they're all kind of from the same storyline.
Oh,
I think so. They kind of cross-reference sometimes, maybe. Was she? Well, Sinbad was also, I think, one of those like Arabic Nights type of thing.
Which of the stories do you think stuck out to you the most from the Arabic
Ali
Nights?
Baba et les 40 voleurs.
What happened in that one?
That's the one where they cut the guy and put in a chest.
Wow.
Yeah.
He was dead, right?
He was in, I think, hundreds or thousands of pieces. That's how they describe it.
Thousands? How is that possible?
Is that good knives? Yeah.
Yeah, like has to like probably cut through bone and stuff.
So yeah, that's a children's story, people. I read those. Then you wonder why I like horror movies now. Well, that's why. So maybe just like stick to Ariel and other like fun stories if you don't want your children to go and watch Evil Dead and all the other crazy stuff going on. Lilith, you saw that at the Festival de Cannes there's like an horror movie coming out, right?
Yes, there is a horror movie that people are saying is the scariest horror movie of the year, and at Cannes they haven't decided yet who's going to win the Palme d'Or, but everyone is saying that this movie is going to win the Palme d'Or, and it's called The Zone of Interest.
Okay.
And it's an adaptation, and what it is it's like, this is pretty intense stuff.
Okay, we're ready. Are you ready for intense, people? This is morning news.
Intense. It's about the commandant of Auschwitz. He has a house.
Okay.
Besides Auschwitz.
Okay.
It's like just outside of the
That makes sense. You want to live close to your work.
Yeah.
Cost less and commute.
Yes, exactly. And so he has this house with this wife and his kids. And it's like very normal, everyday family things that they do. Like they eat and they play and they have a pool. And
they have a pool.
They have a pool. And
that's pretty nice.
And a greenhouse. They're like living kind of like a nice life.
Daddy goes to work every day.
And yeah, it's like they're doing these things, but you can also hear the screams.
Oh yeah,
of the concentration
from the ovens and all these things.
You hear the ovens, the gas chambers.
It must smell like really bad.
Maybe
it must be like really pretty, but it must smell like not good.
Burning flesh.
Yeah,
all the time. And it's like, what else? What was another sound? I don't know. It was basically concentration camp sounds. Okay.
So you buy your dream home.
Yeah.
And then bam, you're next to a concentration camp. But I guess that like if he wanted to see his family, he had to be close.
Yes.
To the concentration camp. But then he decided to raise his family. I know it's fiction. Is it fiction? It's fiction, right? But then he still decided to actually like raise his family near his concentration camp.
Yes. And like the family knows everything that's happening. Like the kids know. Like there's this scene that's apparently really disturbing where like the kids are chasing each other, and then one of them makes a hissing sound, like a gas sound, like because it's like the gas like at the other kid. Okay. So it's like something they use as a game. Oh. The gas. And like the scary part is that I guess like what makes it scary is the contrast between like what seems normal and then the sounds. It's like very much relies on its sound design.
Oh, so that's where the scary comes from. It's not like no jump scares, no teen screams, nothing like that.
So but apparently that's not the type of horror movie that Piper likes usually. Like this is a more like experimental horror movie. But
So you're gonna kind of freak out and you're not gonna know why, because all these sounds are in the background, but you don't really
Yes.
realize they're there.
yes. Well,
Whoa.
you realize, but they're very dissociated from it. They've become very good at just like ignoring it.
There was an art, and that reminds me of that. There was an art, not sculpture, art piece, art. You know, you go in a museum and there's like something happening, and so this like art thing going on. It was like images of war,
Yes.
but then the soundtrack was people laughing.
Oh.
So you're there and you laugh.
Wow.
But it's like images of war.
Oh, that's whoa.
And then on the opposite, you had people who were like really happy, but it was like screams and things like that. So your brain kind of doesn't understand.
That's so cool. I kind of want to experience this art installation. That
Yeah.
sounds really interesting.
Is really like unsettling.
Yeah.
Because you're there, and you know when people laugh, you want to laugh. This is something you want to do. And when
Yes.
people cry, you kind of want to cry. But then
Yes.
you're seeing like these beautiful image, or you're seeing like these awful images, and people are laughing, and you're laughing, but you don't want to laugh.
Oh, the human brain doesn't like that.
Exactly, and I'm feeling like this movie's a bit like that.
Yeah. Wow.
Because you're not actually like seeing in the camp, or well, I don't know if you are, but you're kind of seeing like this family being normal, but then you
yes.
hear. So it's like sound versus visual.
Yeah, apparently the movie totally avoids showing the actual camps.
And that's also scary because you don't
Yeah.
really know what's happening. So you can just picture it in your head.
Yeah.
Like imagination sometimes is better.
It's sometimes or worse, depending on how you're
Exactly.
using
Like in Lovecraft. You know in
Yeah.
Lovecraft? Like you never see the monsters.
Oh.
They're never depicted.
So you just hear them and imagine.
You imagine them. They're described, but they're
Okay.
described like so... Like H.P. Lovecraft described them like so weird. It is you don't see it.
Wow.
It's more like a present. It's more like a feeling. Yeah.
Like just a bodiless feeling of terror.
Exactly. Because imagination is stronger sometimes to scare you. Because you know what you're scared of. But let's say I tell you like, oh, this is a scary dog-looking figure. Well, you're not going to be scared because you like dogs. But if I tell you it's like a scary, the worst things of your nightmare, then it can be anything.
I'm thinking of the Mexican dog.
The Mexican dog.
It's a poor dog.
You would like see it in your nightmares, the Mexican dog?
I mean, I feel more sorry for it than scared.
It doesn't know. It's just like that. Some
You're
people
right.
love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, some people love this dog. Some people actually buy this dog for some reason.
I hope they do. I hope that dog feels loved by someone. Yeah.
That's a weird dog. We're talking about like a Mexican dog. It's like it won, I think, the Guinness World Record for the ugliest dog. If you Google it, click, 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 click. This dog is weird looking. It's a weird looking dog. Now we have Douglas Dauntless, who says, sounds like Clockwork Orange, which was also a great movie.
Oh, did they show?
But they showed a lot
They
of like...
showed the violent images that he was seeing, right?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
They did show some violence in Clockwork Orange. Like, but you're saying that probably in this movie they're not.
No, it's never like explicitly shown.
Oh.
It's also the score apparently, like the music also adds to it. It's like like horror movie music.
Yeah.
Like it's like that really tense. I don't know how to describe.
Okay.
Tense music.
Tense music. And what's the name of this movie?
Zone of interest.
Zone of Interest. So it's not out yet, people, because it's
No.
at Festival de Cannes, but it will be at one point. So, well, if ever you want to see it, just put it somewhere in your head, and when it gets out, you're going to be like, oh, yeah, I remember. Lilith and Piper talked about this on Good Morning Humans.
Yes.
Robert Reeves, hi, sweetie, you're looking delicious. Again with the eating. I guess people are hungry this morning. Well, have yourself a coffee, eat a
Yeah.
croissant, do something.
Did you have a breakfast yet?
Yeah, maybe you need a little bit of sustenance. It's going to be good for you, Robert. Oh, well, here we have on a live DJ chat that is on our Discord server, WTPIRadio.com. Then click Discord server. We have Carl, who is with that makes sense. So Carl is married to an Israeli woman.
Yes.
So
Oh, I'm sorry, Carl. About the
Auschwitz is kind of close to home, I guess.
yeah. And it's like 8:45 a.m. Very sorry about that. Let's think of something happy to put after that.
Okay, perfect. What can we talk about that's happy? Bob Zeit here says, Bonjour ladies, ça va? Lilacs to you. I love lilacs.
Lilacs? Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah, because they smell good, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Lilacs is really like a nice smell. A really like flowery perfume smell. When you have a lilac tree next to your house, studio, whatever, apartment, it's like, so nice. I don't know if anybody really like hates lilac actual.
I've never heard of it. Ever. But I also like lilac always makes me think of the song Lilac Wine by was it Nina Simone or
is it Nina Simone that did the OG? Yeah.
Okay, let's search it up real quick.
Okay, let's search it up.
Lilac Wine, because I also think of the Jeff Buckley cover.
It's a good cover though by Jeff Buckley.
Is.
Okay, we have
Nina Simone, yes.
Max Power, you send us an Apple News thing. Give me a moment.
Okay, let's see this news. Let's see it.
Copy link. Copy.
Also, thank you, Carl, for saying that I could do voice work for animation.
Oh, yeah?
Like, what kind of character do you think my voice would suit?
Oh, yeah. Good question. Like, what kind of Pixar movie would they do for you?
Right? Or Disney movie or like any kind of animated movie.
Exactly. Ooh. Okay, so what César sent is actually monster stars 10,000 times bigger than the sun detected for the first time.
Monster stars?
Monster stars.
That's not a very nice name.
That's monstrous. Because it was detected by the James Webb Space Telescope. So the James Webb Telescope is like going where no human has gone before, to like the actual start of the universe, or that's where they want to take it to.
Yeah.
And so, wow, it discovered like bigger stars than the actual. Wow, that's big than the actual sun.
I heard that the sun that we have is like a medium-sized star.
Oh yeah.
At least that's what I remember hearing.
Oh, he's not gonna like being called average.
I'm sorry,
son. We got an average son on our hands, but he's really good with what he's doing, though.
Yes, I mean, like he's making us warm right now. That's why you're able to wear that beautiful dress. Yeah.
So it makes sense. So imagine having like a bigger sun. We would fry. We're too close to the sun.
No, I like remember like watching these videos about if the sun was even like 5% closer to the earth, we wouldn't be able to live. And if it was 5% farther from the earth, we wouldn't be able to live. So like it's like such mathematical precision.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, because we have the ozone and we have all these things that kind of developed for us to be okay, even though in the sun. But if you go in space, like the sun rays are even more radioactive because there's no like protection.
Yes.
It's completely different, the stuff we send in space than the things we have here. Like sunscreen is probably not going to do it in space. I don't know. You're an astronaut? Call us now. 1-888-614-5006. Tell you, do you wear sunscreen in space? I would love to know this.
Wow, that's a good question. Yeah, we would love to hear from you astronauts.
Yeah. Because, I mean, I would definitely wear sunscreen in space, but then is it necessary? Because the sun is not always there, I guess.
Have you ever had like space food? Tried space food?
Like the dehydrated stuff? Yeah.
I haven't tried it. Like, what does it taste like?
It's not as good as a homemade meal, you know? Any dehydrated food is like, it's for the fun of it.
Yes.
But like, I think...
Novelty, yeah.
Yeah. But I think if you actually like try to survive on it, it's maybe gonna take the fun out of it. If you like have to eat it, you know, because or else you die. But I heard that astronauts, they eat lots of tortilla bread and peanut butter.
Oh.
Because tortilla bread, it doesn't like crumble in space, you know, because everything like crumbles and stays in.
But why does it not crumble?
Well, tortilla bread is just not, you know, when you put your toast in the toaster, it's just like flat and it doesn't do all these like bread things that bread does, like breadcrumbs.
Oh, wow.
Like a toast, or like if you would take baguette, that's like it's crummy.
Baguette's
but tortilla is not crummy at all. You just like take it. Often there's like almost no bread residue.
Okay.
Yeah. Plus, I love tortilla and peanut butter, or like pita bread and peanut butter. Great mixture.
And that's what they get to eat.
That's what I read recently.
Space. Okay, well, that's better than just dehydrated food all the time. So,
I think they eat nuts and other things like that. Like they're not
protein.
just dehydrated anymore.
Okay.
I'm not saying they get like 5 food courses, but there's one person that was able to actually, so they're growing like lettuce on the space station. So they're trying to like grow like real food for them to be okay over there.
That's interesting because you have like the sun rays and like you would have to figure out how to grow a garden.
Well, they're using like artificial light.
Oh, okay. They're not using the actual sun.
No.
Okay.
Like a big window in the space station. No, so they're using like if you were to grow like in not even a greenhouse, but really like indoors.
Oh, okay.
So lights and things like that. And it's good because they do a whole bunch of tests on the space station. It's not just like astronomy. Like they also do some things for like not doomsday, but to test things like scientific things.
Oh.
I'm like, could we grow food in space? Or sometimes they have like these projects where they try some weird things. And it's very interesting. So yeah, lettuce grown in space, people.
I mean, that's a very good question. Because like, especially there are some people like Elon Musk who think that we could live in space or like outside of the Earth. Or
like on Mars.
Yeah, doesn't he want to live on Mars?
Well, he wants to go check it out, yeah.
Well, at the very least, check it out. And but to do that, you have to make sure you will not die.
Yeah, it's going to be like very self-sufficient. Like what we're doing on Earth, but very differently. Because you can't just like walk outside and be like, I'm going to do a garden right now. No, it's not. It's Mars.
Maybe like a rock garden.
A rock garden.
Yeah, you can make a rock garden.
Like all of the Inukchuks that they make here?
Yes.
And just rocks.
Exactly. Oh, that would be kind of cool. Wow, no one's ever been on Mars yet, huh?
No, that was a movie. It's not true. With Matt Damon.
Was that The Martian?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay. Wow.
You are a cosmonaut of love. Oh,
that's
so cute. Do astronauts ever get frisky in space? Well, we need an astronaut because we're not astronauts. We don't know. But that would make sense that astronauts do get frisky in space. I mean, but I guess they have to do it in a way because, I mean, sperm, it would kind of... Float. Yeah.
Ooh,
or squirt too. I mean, you need to be mindful. And the way they go to the washroom is kind of like a thing they strap on themselves to make sure that it suctions it all.
Wow. But maybe they have to wear something like that too when they have sex or something.
When they have sex, when they masturbate. And sometimes they're there for a long time. Like months. In the space station.
Just eating tortillas and
peanut butter. Plus, like, they dry wash their hair. That's always the weirdest thing.
You think
like this like dry shampoo they use for their hair. I think if I was an astronaut, I would not have hair. It would be too complicated.
Oh, it probably would help to be bald.
Yeah.
In space.
Yeah.
Because you don't have to worry about that.
Exactly. And then your hair gets everywhere, in the space station.
Like imagining like Piper Blush in Zero Gravity right now.
Because like I have lots of hair. Look at this.
So long. It would just like go all around.
All around. You would have like you would think it's rabbits in space, but no, it's my hair. Yeah, it's not good. Probably not good for filtration system and all that stuff. I don't know. I think I would be bald. Okay, what else do we got on our... I'm good to be an astronaut. I'm trained at eating tortillas. Oh yeah, watch out for those gamma rays. Have you seen like Fantastic Four?
No.
Okay.
Wait, what are the gamma rays?
Well, in Fantastic Four, there's gamma rays, and they kind of get like attacked by the gamma rays, and that's how they get their superpowers.
Oh.
So like the elastic guy, like the fire guy, the rock guy, and the girl. What does the girl do again? She I don't even remember. Jessica Alba was in that movie. Well, that's the thing. That's the Fantastic Four for you. So gamma rays are bad rays. You can actually like burn hard drives with gamma rays. There's like a whole bunch of computer stuff that is really like can actually be affected by gamma rays.
It's so interesting how like so many superheroes, the origin of their superpowers are like things that are actually so bad for you. Like gamma rays, nuclear, anything, spiders. Like it's always these things. It's never something that makes sense.
It's not like carrots.
No.
Yeah.
No, like why can't someone just eat carrots and have supervision?
And then everybody would be like, I want carrots. It would be great for carrots.
That's good marketing for carrots.
Okay, let's buy a carrot farm and then let's make a superhero movie about carrots. That's exactly like Willy Wonka did.
Well, actually,
I kind of
like to promote chocolate.
Well, yeah, it was
Okay.
bought by Quaker.
Okay.
That like the Willy Wonka kind of rights,
Yeah.
like Willy Wonka and Chocolate Factory. It was bought by Quaker, and Quaker wanted to make this this Cadbury chocolate, and but not Cadbury, sorry, Wonka chocolate, chocolate. And so they bought the movie, and then they made a big promotion for the Wonka chocolate bar, which kind of flopped.
It flopped?
Yeah, because the movie
Oh.
flopped. But then later on, the movie became like a cult movie. But it when it got out, it wasn't.
Oh, I didn't know that. Because I thought everyone loved that movie. But that's 'cause
Now.
it was- wow, they didn't like it back then?
No, like the first one with the Oompa Loompas that were like
Yes,
tiny people.
I totally remember it. Watching that as a kid and being like kind of scared of the...
Most peoples were scared of the Oompa Loompas.
Yeah.
They were orange. That's why. Orange people.
I was also scared of the storyline where the guy like blows up.
Oh yeah.
Like the blueberry. And I was like, what? That's so scary. Like, and he just starts floating or something. I don't know if I'm remembering it right.
Yeah. I think that's one of them. It's good because they're bad kids. So that's what happened when you're a bad kid.
Oh, right. That was
It's to
like
help
the thing.
Parents like do a better job. You're just like, oh, you see what's gonna happen? You're gonna blow up.
They all did things that they were told not to do.
Exactly, except for the good kid
The
that
one with
inherited the chocolate factory.
Yeah, wow.
And that's how it ends. He's a good kid.
So that's the moral of the
That's
story.
the moral. Be a good kid. You're gonna inherit a chocolate factory. This is everything you want as a kid.
As a kid, that's like a dream come true.
It's a dream come true. Why not? Okay, now this is escalating. I like it. This is good morning, humans. Okay, what else we have? Change Mark Kelly's DNA. Yes. So astronauts, they actually kind of, I think they did this test once. Okay, I'm not sure, but they took like twins and they put one in space and the other one not in space, and then they checked their DNA to see how it would have changed. Because astronauts are really like, well, they need to check them to make sure they're okay. Like you go in space, we're not used to that. So yeah, it changes your
It
DNA.
does? Like, how did it change?
I don't know. I'm not a scientist, but I heard that's what it does.
It did change.
But that makes sense because like most things on Earth change your DNA too.
Really?
Like mutations, OGMs, OMGs, like that thing.
Yes.
Like, yeah.
all the acronyms.
All of them. Like Chernobyl disaster is more accurate than Fantastic Four. I would agree. Gamma rays, like kind of, In space, in the dark is super cold and the sunlight is super hot and then there is radiation.
That sounds horrible.
Yeah, that sounds like a great vacation, Holiday. Let's not go there.
No.
Okay.
Let's go to Hawaii.
No barbecues either. Yeah, there's no life in space is difficult and dangerous, of course. But the thing is, I mean, I've saw this astronaut on YouTube and he was saying, I think maybe it was Mark Kelly actually. I don't know.
Oh.
I'm not sure. Well, he said that space tastes and smells kind of like burnt steak.
I don't like that. I don't like the taste of burnt steak.
He said that's how it smells like. I don't know. I'm not an astronaut. I've never been in there, but maybe. Douglas Dauntless says the 50-mile high club. Yeah, when you have sex in like the space station.
Oh, that's good. That's a good one. Oh, wow.
How many people do you think have had sex in space? Like seriously?
Well, in movies, they always do.
Yeah, in the sci-fis. But there's not that many astronauts. I mean, there's not that many people that actually went in space. If we're talking like International Space Station.
Okay, wait, let's see. How many people have went into space? Have went into space.
I guess it's like in the 200s. Not more than that. How much does it say?
628 have
on the
reached
space station?
altitude of space.
Oh, altitude of space. So maybe they haven't like space, the final frontier. Yes, Patrick.
So it's more than 600 people.
Oh, that's a lot. That's a lot
So
since the 1960s.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Because
Wow.
Neil Armstrong was like the first, I think.
Well, to
To
land
go on the
foot
foot-
on,
to land on the
moon.
moon,
But there's
yes.
other ones
Oh,
that have
okay.
been like in space. But that's the thing. Like,
okay.
you can't just have sex like while going up there, I guess, in the shuttle. Because they're like so compact. I don't think they're having sex when they're there. I think it would be
No.
easier to have sex on the International Space Station. That's kind of like a bit more cozy
But that's
than in
not...
a space shuttle.
Yeah, that's the station is not in space, is it? It's like on Earth.
What?
Oh, wait, the International Space Shuttle?
Space station.
Oh, station.
Yeah, that's in, like they stay there.
Okay.
So
Wow.
they take their rockets and then they go there.
Oh, wow.
So it's like a home in space. Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It belonged to the Russians. But now it's just kind of, I don't know.
It's
I'm not an astronaut. It's kind of weird.
International. I mean, we're kind of... People don't like the Russians right now, so...
It's complicated issue.
Yeah.
But there's actually two guys like from Russia, because at one point like everybody was doing like the actual space conquest.
Wow, okay.
But Russia lost the space station. They built it, it was good, but they lost it. They lost control of it.
How do you lose control of a space station?
Yeah, I know, it's a bit freaky. So they lost control of it. So there's like nobody inside of it, and it was, like not going in the good direction. So I guess like the motors, the stuff in it, I don't know, they lost control. So these two guys decided to actually, and you can Google it, it's like really interesting story, and I think they're gonna make a movie about it shortly. That's why I heard that on the radio. And they decided to go save that space station, but it's really risky, like Mission Impossible type of stuff. So these two guys, astronauts, they decided to go there to that space station, and then it was kind of like if you would have a ship on the water that is kind of just like navigating wherever. So they need to get onto it. They didn't even know if like they would be able to kind of close it, make sure that like gravity was okay, the air was okay in there for them to like survive. It was really cold, really dark, and they were able to actually get it back. Like literally, like regain control of it.
This is a true story?
This is true story.
Oh.
But it's not a story that like everybody knows, because it's well, the Russians for one, and we're Canadian, so it's very like far off.
Yeah.
But it's like a super heroic story of these two guys that decided to go like save a space station.
Like, you would have to really not be afraid of death.
Yeah, because it was a suicide mission.
Right, that's what it sounds like.
But they achieved it.
That's amazing.
I know, it's crazy. There's so many things we don't know. Do you guys people know that? Okay, Douglas Downland says SLI. Okay, maybe that's the name of the space station. Lilith, can you Google this?
The
SALYUT 1.
Oh, yeah, okay. It was the world's first space station launched into orbit by the Soviet Union in 1971. Yeah. Wow.
1971. And then does it say that they lost control of it? Internet Go for Chuck says, okay, you continue this. Go for Chuck says the International Space Station is in high orbit. Yeah, exactly. So it's like it's kind of doing its own thing, but you still need to control it in a way. You don't want it to like go off of orbit, because that would be like really dangerous, or to come back crashing down on Earth, which is not really that possible, but you never know. Atmosphere at 7.5 kilometers per second and decelerates aerodynamically. That's from Rub 420. Perseverance route. Interesting. Space junk. Yeah, have you heard of like that song from Frank Zappa, Cosmic Debris? It's a great song.
Wow. It does seem there were a lot of problems with the Salyut 1. And there was the 3-man crew died while returning to Earth when their Soyuz lost its air.
Okay, so it lost its air.
Yeah, I mean, like, air is
pretty essential for humans.
Yeah, you don't get that in space. No air in space. Wow.
Andrew T says it is the perfect balance with gravity and weightlessness. Ooh, interesting. Well, that's amazing. We talked about movies.
Yes.
We talked about space. We talked about economics.
Yeah, like briefly at the beginning.
It was a pretty like complete Good Morning Humans show.
It was good.
Yeah, and I like the way we were going more towards like humanity and like space exploration.
Oh, that's true. This is AI didn't do that.
Yeah, well, not yet.
Not yet.
But that is why you will have your AI news at 12 p.m. Pacific time on WTPRradio.com, so you better tune in. It's just 15 minutes, the quickest AI news you'll ever get. From Monday to Friday. Oh, yeah. And then what else have we got today, Lilith, going on?
We have 2 p.m. Piper's Poolside Barbecue for some rock music and fun facts. Then 3 p.m. Song Request Hour. And guys, like, put in your song requests under the Song Request Hour channel on WTPRradio.com Discord server so that I can make the playlist in advance and play some tunes.
Exactly, you need to do that. And then more things are happening right after.
Yes, 4 p.m. is my reading, where I'm continuing to read the new book, actually, a new book of short stories called Black Swans by Eve Bibbets. And I'm like halfway through the introduction right now. It's like pretty cool. So if you want to join us on our third book that we're reading together, then you have to tune in the radio, only on WTPRradio.com. Yes, nowhere else.
No, it's exclusive to WTPRradio.com in the audio format. Well, because it has such a like an ASMR podcast broadcast voice that it makes sense. Right? Yeah. And then at 5 p.m. Pacific time, it is High Priestess Lilith.
Oh, yes. That on Love, Lust, and the Devil. So that'll be fun. If you want to get your future read, come in and just take everything I say with a grain of salt. Like
with drugs. Yeah.
Everything I say will be on drugs. So I cannot guarantee
the outcome.
I have to say this is like a disclaimer. This is just a disclaimer, but like otherwise I'm going to be like, yeah, I know the future.
It's super easy. The bigger you donate, the better your future. That's the point of the show tonight, to collect some money to make sure that WTPRradio.com stays on air and hijack the frequencies, and that Lilith and I can create more awesome shows for you, by you, to entertain you all summer long. Oh yeah, are we ready for this? So people, make sure you tune into our radio, because this show ends, but there's always music in between. Lilith and I, we pop on the mic to, well, just say hi, and then the next big event will be at 12 p.m. Pacific time, where I do AI news, so we will see you there. Okay, until then, well, I hope you're awake.
Whoa.
Because this was
Good Morning Humans
with Piper Blush
and Lilith.
We will see you from Monday to Friday at 8 a.m. Pacific time on WTPRradio.com or YouTube at the Piper Blush Radio Show. Dun-dun-dun.